tarp-type apparatus. It's canvas. The blue canvas has got her sails put away, and her sails go from the bow to the stern. She also has two spankers. Those are sails that go between masts. The spankers, they look like to me that they have either Aztec or Mayan type symbols of the sun on them. She was named for Captain Miranda, a Uruguayan captain in the Navy, who later became Secretary of the Navy of Uruguay. He was also a marine geologist. He lived between the years of 1868 and 1925. This vessel was constructed in 1911. It was used as a hydrographic survey vessel for a while and now trains officers in the Uruguayan Navy. As we spin around, those on the port side now can see the Captain Miranda with her blue hull, classic float, barkentine. Barkentine because she has a square sail on the forwardmost mast. Her other mast has sails that go front to back, bow to stern. There are more sailors climbing into the rigging right now on the Sagres. She is a class afloat, the blue vessel. She's part of the West College Island program in Canada. The Sagres now coming into view for those of you on the starboard side. As I said, you don't have to move side to side. Look under her bowsprit. That is Prince Henry. The bowsprit is the thing that looks like the mosquito stinger that sticks off the front of the boat. Also, notice in her rigging, her main sail on her frontmost mast, that is the Portuguese cross of Christ. Look at her meticulous maintenance, her bright work, her decks. She's really very nice. On the Captain Miranda, they've done a great job. Also on her decks, another meticulously maintained boat.
Climate up there.
Most of the boats are meticulously maintained because everybody on board, half the crew has to be between the ages of 15, 20, and 25 to participate in Sail Training International. Those gentlemen are about 70 feet off the deck right now. Myself right now on the top deck, our fourth deck here on the Provincetown 2, I'm about 45 feet off the deck. He's about double that, maybe 70 to 90 feet in the air. The Sagres 2 on our starboard side. On our port side, as I mentioned, take a semester at sea instead of a semester afloat, instead of a semester abroad. She is a class afloat boat. She goes out and sails all over the world with college students, taking college courses and learning the intricacies of sailing a vessel of this type. She has 10,627 square feet of sail. Now coming up on the right side, the starboard side, for those of you that we've just turned around, this is the Murcia. She's from Constanța, Romania. Look at her bowsprit. Look at her rigging. Impressive yellow masts. She is a bark. And for those of you on the left, launched in 1950 out of the Rio Santiago shipyard near Rio de Janeiro, the Argentinian flag vessel, claiming she's the world's largest sailing vessel. That is the Libertad. And for those of you on the right, gander down, she's pointing directly towards us, the brand new or newest of the tall ships. She's only 10 years old. This is Nivanco. Her name means White Swan. She's a Brazilian flagship. She's a little bit smaller than the other ones that are inside. She's only 254 feet long. She though carries an impressive 23,000 square feet of sail. This is Nivanco, launched out of Amsterdam in 1999. Her maiden voyage to commemorate and celebrate the discovery by Europeans of Brazil. She's a Brazilian flag vessel. Now everybody on both sides of the vessel, please lapel the American flag is through the archway. And it is a tradition of tall ships that one of the tall ships in the most protected location would lower its sails slightly to give people an idea of what tall ship sails look like. That is the Europa. She's one of the older vessels in the fleet. She was built in 1911. She is flagged from the Netherlands, and she just recently returned from Antarctica, also known as Massachusetts, in the month of June. Well, at least this year. Now, directly behind us at 6 o'clock, that is the Boston schooner fleet for the week. At any time, there was as many as 20 schooners there. And it looks like there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 right now. That means they're either out sailing or they had joined us for early parts of the week and they had business to do back in Camden, Maine, Old Orchard Beach, Maine, and places like that where they actually visited us from. Some of the schooners over there include the American Eagle on the very tip towards us. Looks like the Bowditch, the Nathaniel Bowditch rather, is over there. The Louis French. Jenny, what's the name of the one I can't remember? The Espolay? No, the Espolay is inside, the other one. Oh, the Blaspa. She's Wella Spa, which means like beautiful chicken or something. I don't know what it is. She's not a very good looking vessel. And the reason why? She used to carry cattle. She used to carry cattle around Germany. She was a cattle transport. So what you're going to notice is, remember I said that vessels are designated by their sails, not by their hull. So she's a real working vessel. She kind of looks like some kind of tractor trailer truck. We'll catch her in a few minutes after we jog up harbor. And those schooners, they can look and have a lot of different configurations, depending whether they were carrying cattle or off racing, something built for racing, or carrying passenger boats, or coastal cargo vessels, or fishermen. A lot of them are lobster fishermen, that type of boat. And nothing's more apparent in the difference in look of the vessel at the hull than the vessel we're going to come up on now. It's going to come up, those of you on the port side can see her now. She's the Peacemaker. She's a barkentine. For those of you on the right, you're going to see her in just a second. She's a barkentine. Now remember back to the Concordia, which was also a cruising vessel for his family. So he wanted luxury. He wanted a big cabin with a lot of stand-up. He wanted a hot tub. He wanted big showers. He wanted to be able to sail around in the lap of luxury. Unfortunately, on a sailboat, that takes space, and the space caused her hull to look more like, I don't know, some kind of floating house, rather than what some people think of as a sailboat. She's very well appointed inside. Unfortunately, his family tired of sailing after a while, and she went into disrepair. She's a 150-foot vessel. After she went into disrepair, she was discovered by the 12 tribes of Joshua. The 12 tribes of Joshua are a communal-style living church. When you join the church, you donate all your worldly possessions to the church, and then you live a communal lifestyle. They are very well known as carpenters. They took her over, the Peacemaker. They rehabbed her. They sail her around the world promoting peace and also spreading the message of the 12 tribes of Joshua. You can see how she looks, especially about the deck. Her cabins above the deck. She looks a little less, not seaworthy, but she just doesn't look as clean as the Concordia did over there. And I'm talking about a clean line like you see a clean line on a car. The Concordia looks more like a little bit of a race car. She looks more like a minivan. Now also notice on her stern, the rear of the vessel, she has a huge swim platform. In the day that she was owned by the investor, the kids would probably dive off the mast into the water, or no water swimming or scuba diving, and that swim platform would allow